Hey everybody, what's going on this week? Today I'm drinking a Blood Orange Surge White Claw. Never been lucky enough to have this one. See if it's actually orange. It is not. Blood Surge, I was figuring it'd be orange. Take a little sip here. Oh, very nice. Nicer taste than the regular White Claws. Just been reading a lot of articles and looking at a lot of things, and it's apparently a lot of people with white guilt. Male white guilt. Now, I know the white liberal woman is the downfall of society, but white male guilt, if you're sitting around being guilty because you're white, I'm not apologizing for being a white, straight man. I'm not apologizing for the color of my skin. I'm not apologizing because I am trying to contribute positively to the world. There is no need for me to be guilty. I have never owned a slave. I don't know a slave. My people were here after slavery. The skin color, your skin color, my skin color, black folks' skin color, anybody's skin color does not define them as a person. And if you are feeling so much guilt, you may need some Lexapro. You may need some help, man. Go get therapy. It's not right. You're bringing the world down. Go have yourself a drink. It's just ridiculous. I'm a white, straight man who's positively contributing to society, I believe, and I'm damn proud of it. And I don't care what color, race, gender, sexual preference you have. If you are the same, goddamn good for you, man. I want you to be in my circle. That's what I want. But the race card continues. Read a study in an article that diets for white women are systematically racist because white women lose more weight than black women. Black women diets have not been created equal. And there was a picture of a black woman over a plate of food holding 2 pieces of fried chicken in her hand. Science doesn't work for black folk diets? I got an idea. Exercise more, eat less. It's really very easy. Your caloric intake should be less than what you're burning off for a day that equals a pound for your body weight. It really isn't difficult. It's willpower, man. I don't know what to tell you. Racism has nothing to do with it. And the other one is the climate change. The climate change is another reason for obesity. I mean, I'm thinking climate change, it keeps getting too hot. Shouldn't you be sweating the pounds off? Isn't it going in reverse? I'm really not sure what I'm thinking about. I mean, I know the diet's not working for Whoopi Goldberg unless you're talking about the Haagen-Dazs Ben & Jerry diet. Then it's working just perfectly. You figure you eat a pint of that a week, you're going to look like Orca. Just saying. But then racism rears its ugly head. Now it's coming in pervasively in every aspect of life. The Minneapolis School District, the teachers union, has just settled their contract. And one of the clauses are to combat the past racism, any future layoffs, white folk will be laid off first before minorities. Yep, white folk, not seniority, not good teaching, the color of your skin will determine if you are laid off or not first. What are we doing here? We are going in reverse. It's the same as some school down south, I think it was Tennessee, who was having black-only dormitories to give the black folk their privacy. Are we having white-only dormitories? Are we having mixed dormitories? What box are you checking off for dormitories? That is segregation. It is against the law. You can't segregate. Well, if somebody wants to be segregated, we'll do it then. You cannot have black-only and white-only facilities. I've been talking about this for months. For months. People want to talk about the downfall of the United States in the future, some historians. They're not going to talk about when Trump won. They're going to talk about when Hillary Clinton lost. Because when Hillary Clinton lost, the left became unhinged. We started talking more about minorities being put down, pronouns, people's feelings, being woke. Every little minority you could possibly believe has been shown to just blow up. Why? To make Trump look bad. To make Trump look like he is Satan. Well, that's not the case. We are going in the wrong direction. It's going to be the fall of society. I'm telling you right now. Hillary lost. Now, let's face it. The only reason they wanted Hillary is because they helped rig it against Bernie. And because they just had, the Democrats, by me saying they, just had the first black president. They wanted the first female president. Who knows? We don't even know what a female is now. But back then, we knew what a female was. That's all they were doing. She was a political pawn who really may be the devil. I can't say that for sure, but I'm thinking pretty much. But that is the downfall of society. It wasn't Trump's win, it was Hillary's loss. Just think about that for a second, because if Hillary didn't run and didn't lose, we may not be in this position. Then, the Republicans are not to be outdone. Marjorie Taylor Greene is the Republicans' answer to AOC, but I think she's a little bit more batshit crazy. I don't know if she's as dumb as AOC, but she's not that sharp, and man, is she out there. She went on a national TV show saying that white men are being discriminated against and it's causing them to drink, play video games, and watch porn. Well, I'm 53. My whole life, I thought that was just having fun. I didn't think that was any discrimination. I mean, one of the dumbest things I've ever heard. Right up there with anything Kamala, AOC, or the drunken old hag had to say. And to speak of those three, AOC, the drunken old hag, Biden, and Kamala, does anybody wish before they started speaking like when you're on the phone, please press 1 if you want English? Because they don't speak English. They speak stupidity and gibberish. I don't know what they're speaking. But I do know the Democrats' platform for years has been nobody's above the law. You know who's not above the law? Ghislaine Maxwell. Interesting. She got 20 years for trafficking children. They're nobody. Nobody. Those people are above the law. I mean, we are so concerned about getting Donald Trump's taxes, not concerned about the little black book from Jeffrey Epstein. Who was getting these children? That's what I want to know. Yes, it's good we have her in jail. Who was getting these children? It's a mystery. It's a secret. The government doesn't want us to know. Why? I think we all know why. The list was pretty long, and it's probably pretty inclusive to every side of politics. It is crazy. These politicians. There was a case down in Florida where a 16-year-old girl wanted to get an abortion. So the Democrats are all up in arms that this is what the Roe versus Wade did. Roe versus Wade, you took this away. She can't get an abortion. Well, because she was 16, which is a minor, her legal guardian would not approve of it. Any surgery by a 16-year-old, any surgery, the legal guardian has to approve it. So it went to court, and the judicial system ruled she can't get one. So the politicians are all blaming it on new legislation. They need to take a class because these same politicians talking about the Supreme Court should have made it a law. Does anybody know what the difference between the judicial branch and the legislative branch is? This is a high school AP U.S. government course. And if a politician can't pass your basics, they shouldn't be sitting in office. There are 3 different branches. The least a politician should do is know the difference. Down in Florida, it wasn't legislation, it was judicial. It had nothing to do with Roe versus Wade. But by saying it does, it forwards a narrative of hate and division. They keep talking, and the Democrats and Republicans keep talking about how it should have been law, it should have been made law. Neither side wants it as law. If a side has it as law, they can't use it as a fighting point or a rallying point to get their base all fired up. They don't care. They don't care about us. They care about padding their pockets with money. And this surge is really good. I'm almost done. It really is. I keep getting emails about getting the right laptop now that school's starting. You know when I never get a choice of the right laptop? The Bidens. Now that's the right laptop for me because I'd certainly like to see it's really on there. Never an option though. Well, how we get that option. Now here's some craziness in some states. We'll start with California. 4-year-old girl in school. They had to call the police because she was throwing a fit. She refused to put on a mask. Call the police. What a good use of their time. What's next? Give them a call because she's not coloring inside the lines? I mean, come on now. What are we doing? And then down in Texas, a man and his father-in-law got in a fight in the bar. Both were drinking. And the son-in-law headbutted him to death. What kind of an argument are you having? And how hard is your damn head? You headbutted the man to death. But the best one, Down in Florida, things are always crazy in Florida. You can go in, put crazy things happening, and just a date for Florida, you get some crazy stuff. A midget with red hair was pretending to be a leprechaun and was extorting sex from women. He had 26 victims. I don't even have to say. Can you imagine a grown midget man extorting 26 women for sex, promising the gold at the end of the rainbow? Really, I can't make this stuff up. I really can't. I can't because I'm not that bright, and you can ask my wife. We're having a great week here. The squirrel only told me the other day, he goes, hey, Dad, you know what? I have to be honest with you. I don't want to go out with you because you're probably my least favorite person to spend time with. So I got that going for me. I don't have to deal with the squirrel. I mean, it really is crazy. Not as crazy as the government just passing a bill to spend our taxes to hire 87,000 new IRS agents to see if you owe more taxes. So our taxes to find out if you know more taxes. I mean, really, again, you can't make it up. It's the government working at its best. Government working at its best. Now listen, here's another one. I don't care if you're wearing your mask. You want to wear a mask, wear a mask. I don't care. It doesn't affect my life. But if I see you wearing your mask in a car by yourself, if I see you riding your bike wearing a mask by yourself, if I see you in a pool wearing a mask, walking your dog outside wearing a mask, playing golf, I saw the other day a guy wearing a mask, I'm going to make fun of your mental illness. I'm telling you right now, I'm not hiding it. I probably say it every week. These people are mentally ill. COVID has killed common sense. It's crazy. And now the CDC is saying that it's all bullshit anyway, which most of the population knew, or at least half of it. Here's my question. What the hell is going on at McDonald's? Every day we're seeing these videos of patrons going crazy, jumping over the tiles at McDonald's, jumping over the registers. I mean, listen. McDonald's held a rally because the company is not doing enough to help their safety. We're going to need armed guards at McDonald's. Forget schools. I got an idea. You go to McDonald's, just get your 2 Big Macs, supersize, and get your Diet Coke and get the hell out. Stop terrorizing these McDonald's employees. It's absolutely insane. Now, I got a good one for this week. I got to read it. I couldn't write it down because I couldn't remember it, so I got to read it. Dear Angry Mac, I have come to a conclusion that my son-in-law is a bum. My daughter gives birth, nurses her babies, works full-time jobs, cooks, cleans, and shuttles the kids wherever they need to go. He quit his job without finding a new one and sits around playing video games. He's probably feeling persecuted. But then, he's been unemployed for months now. We cannot do this any longer. How should I proceed, and what should I say to my daughter? Tell your daughter to get out. What is she doing? He's got no job. He's got no money. He's got no life. I mean, he must be either really good in bed or I don't even know. I don't even know what to say with this one. He is a bum. It's not that you think he's a bum. The man's a bum. He's not a man. A man takes care of their people. Now listen, speaking of that, go find your people. Tell them you love him. I say it every week. The 3 most powerful words in the English language is, I love you. Go find somebody you love and tell them, give them a hug because tomorrow is not guaranteed. I love all you guys. Thanks for watching. Somebody sent me a message last week. It was in last week's comments. Is Angry Mac really speaking if nobody's listening? Can you please subscribe? Can you please leave a thumbs up or a thumbs down, a comment? And most of all, pass it on for me, man. Cheers. I love you all. Talk to you next week.